Hello and welcome to the third design of my Connect 4. This time I'm using a 2-wide layout, which is the most drastic change, versus the 1-wide you saw earlier, mainly just because I think it looks nicer and it's easier to see whenever you've made a connection. From the player's perspective, you have a turn indicator here and the no block line here, which act as your input. So right now it says it is blue player's turn, and if I click the middle no block here, a blue tile will fall. The indicator will change, and you saw a lot going on down here. I'll try and make that a little bit more apparent. Anytime a input is placed, you have these butted pistons here, which realize that a signal is sent, immediately unpowering, which allows only one note block to be played at once, allowing only one tile to be played at once. So if I were to just press this again, you can see they instantly retract, not allowing any more pieces to be played. It's somewhat similar to the older ones. You have the redstone blocks coming in from the side to bottom. When the signal comes down here, it is split. Going to the right here, it just resets the system after a few seconds. Going to the left, it goes up into this lime system here, which is a counter. Now this will count how many tiles have been played in a given column. As you know, only 6 tiles can go vertically. And the problem is, if you place any more tiles, it starts to break up here with the observers. And what do you know? 6 snowballs in a hopper will give a signal strength of 2, which will then block a piston, which will block the block here from coming back in. So if I were just to show you that here, so 1, and then 1 more, this piston gets extended, causing this to not fire, so no more inputs can be sent to that column, which is a really nice change from the older designs. Going further here, well, first off, I should say this orange signal here is just your reset line. I'll get to that in a minute. Going further, the blue line here is split. It goes up through these observers here, goes up through these doors, coming up to here, where then it is split again. It goes left and backwards, or I say backwards, more like through. Going left, it goes up. Now, if it were red player's turn, these blocks would be here, which would allow the signal to go through. However, it is currently blue player's turn, which means these blocks are here, which allow the signal to go straight up. Going back, it also triggers this, what is this, cyan line over here. This basically just swaps the block's positions, which allows a 2-player turn system. Going up further, it just sends a signal to these pistons here, which push out a block of falling concrete. The concrete then falls, activates the string in front of an observer, which will then trigger these slime block and honey blocks down here. That signal is then sent down, it activates this yellow circuit here, which basically acts as a counter. Now this will count up by increments of 2 signal strength at a time, so as the concrete falls, it will then cause this piston to extend, which basically causes this grid-like effect here, which basically acts as a gap between the two. And that will go up, so increments of 2, and then 2 again, then 2 again. Here, I can show you here. I'll activate that, it falls, and this piston here gets extended, just like that, which causes a space for the new block to land on. Coming back around here, you have the reset system. So you have a reset button here. This will push this piston down, which will cause the pistons here to be updated. They will now not allow any more signals to be sent through. So while it's resetting, you can't, mess with it. Coming down further, this little bit here just causes all the snowballs to get back into the droppers here, resetting that. Going down further, there's 2 pulse extenders. This first one here, well, first off, it actually comes further down this way. This will reset the counters here, which will cause all the concrete to fall. After a little bit of time, this extender will trigger, which will cause all the concrete to fall even further. And also trigger this to come down, and this just pushes them all across, and then into this pink circuit here. This is the new concrete powder sorter, and basically the main difference from this one and the old one is that you now have to only have 1 game tick of delay for the concrete powder to sort. So if I just clear some of this, I can demonstrate. So what happens is the blue concrete powder gets compared to the red one, and basically the red concrete powder will fall a little bit slower. So if I were to do that, the blue gets pushed across, whereas the red falls a little bit slower, 1 game tick slower, and that causes it to be enough time to be pulled across. And that's basically just how you sort that. Going further on, these just get pushed all the way up to the top here, where they then get pushed back into the storage up top. And go ahead and demonstrate the whole reset. So I push the button, these get triggered, concrete falls again. This then starts going across. You can see here the sorter in action. And once this is full, a signal will get sent along this green line, triggering this, which will re-enable the pistons here, allowing more inputs to be sent. Yep. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll leave a schematic in the description in case anybody wants to check it out. Try and compact it, make it a little bit more nicer to look at. Anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time.